I almost forgot about you guys. I was sitting here with people surrounding me and I go, oh shoot, I never put Zoom on. But nobody's listening to me anyway. The story of my life.
Oh, yeah, the speakers on?
Yeah. Yeah. There's nobody sitting by their chairs. See, everything's empty. Tabitha. Beverly Nichols. You have to do your qualifying questionnaire so that you can renew your license. Hi, Vikram. Hi, Vikram. How are you? We were just standing in the front talking in the lobby, and all of a sudden, the mother duck and her chicks, so cute, went walking by the front door. It was so cute. You're cute too, Virginia. You look like a baby chick. You don't feel like one? I know. Wait. Unmute yourself.
Okay, now you really want me to talk? I had to sit inside. I have to raise my foot. My foot's so swollen. It looks like a little piglet.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's been like that since I had the surgery, and they told me, oh, in 2 weeks. Now they're saying maybe another 2 weeks.
It's a shame. I just went through that.
It's lousy. It really is lousy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fell running and I hurt my knee. And then, yeah, a few weeks ago. And then I finally was getting back to like walking on the treadmill. And I was hugging someone. So hugging is very dangerous in many ways. I want everyone to know. If you forgot. And her knee like went right into my knee, right where like I saw stars. And by the time, like within minutes, my knee blew up like a baseball. So I'm just getting back to normal. Whatever that is. My sister-in-law's mother-in-law, who I haven't seen, who lives in South Carolina, we went to go hug and we were like rocking and hugging, and all of a sudden I just felt this like. And did she get hurt too? No. But I think it's because my knee was already compromised. No, she's a little. No, it was just a freak thing. It was like one of those things that you probably couldn't replicate again if you tried. Except that we can see your boob. Oh, there we go. Luckily, we can't hear her. Don't tell her. We're not gonna tell her we can't hear her. Oh, here she comes. Oh God. Oh God. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. All I have to hear is G-A-B. What'd you say? I said we could see your boob. Your boob was in the picture. Yes, it was. We need to get together more people. See what happens when we're away too long.
So Misty, I can't show myself because I actually got out of bed and put on my bikini because I'm going to go outside and lay by the pool today.
Lori Young is in her bikini. That's why she could not show herself. She said she got up early. She put her bikini on. She's going to lay by the pool today. Good for you. Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to join me?
We can all now imagine what you look like in a bikini.
Nobody else will see me like this, only when I'm by myself. Anybody can join me? Anybody can come over.
You're going to see us. Yeah, then you're not by yourself anymore.
If you come, I'm going to put on something else. It won't be a bikini.
Debbie, where did Jerry go? He came back for a few days and now he's gone again. You're in charge of him, by the way. You're his keeper.
I know. I worked on it. I sent him a text. Oh, I'm trying. I'm everybody's keeper lately, but that's a whole new story. I'm watching my grandpup.
Oh,
4 pounds. Could you imagine that little shit? And he listens. He listens. I'm just so happy he's not mine. It's too much. You have to watch where you're walking. He's too little.
Yeah, they're a lot of work when they're.
Let me see where Jerry is. I don't know. He hasn't been feeling so good. I don't know what's up with him. So I almost had him walking. I almost had him door knocking the other day. Oh,
this is a good week to door knock.
It is. It's gorgeous out there, right?
Oh yeah, we said we were gonna do it yesterday, and we forgot.
All right.
It's really hot in here. I'm hot. I don't know. I always get hot when I'm sitting here. There's something about. I think it's the heat. Yeah, I have heat blowing from me. I do have heat blowing on me. I have like hot flashes. Oh, I'm gonna knock everything down. Hey, Dennis. Good to see you.
Hey. Yeah,
when are we getting you back in the office?
Maybe next year sometime.
Dennis. Next year.
Well, if the numbers go down, I mean, I don't know what's going on. You know, they're reporting that there's no deaths in 16 states in the United States this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, hey, who knows? Who knows? I mean, you know, hey, I got vaccinated. I got the Pfizer.
If he gets the question right, he's got to come in.
Oh, there you go.
Huh?
If you get the question right, someone said, if you get the question right today, Anthony's question, you have to come in.
Yeah.
You have to reveal yourself to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're going to get started soon. Isn't it beautiful though? Now we're back. We're really in the nice weather.
We didn't have much of a spring.
No, we didn't. That's what I'm saying. We're finally in the nice weather.
It was a cold spring.
Yeah, but even last year was a cold spring. If everybody remembers, we were stuck at home, but it was a cold spring.
Mm.
It snowed in May last year.
Did it? I don't know. I think when you look at the fact that the 5 o'clock now in the morning, people are back.
Yeah, there's more people out and about for sure.
And there are some people that are staying home, but that's not
So guys, do you believe in a week and a half is Memorial Day?
Yeah.
We're already at Memorial Day. It's coming so fast. So fast. We have about, I'll tell you how many people we have here. 12 people here today. And you know why? Because they wanted a bagel. That's why they're here. They all wanted a bagel. They all wanted to eat with somebody. So anyway, let's get started. It's getting late. So I can't believe, like I said, it is a week and a half away from Memorial Day. Time is going so quickly. It's a week and a half. Yep. Time is just moving. So remember that. So when we heard Brian Buffini speak a few weeks ago, and everything that we're seeing in the market or what they're predicting is our fall is going to be when we're going to have the most inventory this year. So everything you do now is going to be working for the fall. So I know it's a beautiful day today. I understand we all want to enjoy beautiful days, you know, but you have the opportunity to do both in our business, right? So you can schedule your day so that you're doing income producing activities and then enjoying some time outside, right? But sometimes we get caught up. We either do one or the other. Mostly the other, meaning we're enjoying ourselves outside or getting stuff done, and it's hard to motivate ourselves. So that's really one of the biggest issues we have, I want to say, or challenges in real estate as a real estate agent, is keeping ourselves motivated every single day. So I was talking to the new agents this week, and I reminded them, I said, when you wake up every morning, you have to remind yourself, I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur. What am I doing today to get people through my doors? Pretend I'm a brick and mortar. What am I doing today? And every day you have to think that way in order to be successful in real estate and keep the momentum going. So listings are the name of the game. So I don't know if anyone here has met a new agent that joined us probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago, Max Lewicki. So Max has been joining and attending Kevin's call sessions. And so Max has made a, he needs to do business, and he's new and he's young and he doesn't have a sphere of people, and his friends aren't in the home buying stage yet. So what is Max doing? He committed to making 200 calls a week. So he goes on Call Realty and he just makes phone calls, and he's perfected his script. And he just called me. So he got a listing appointment the other day. And he just called me this morning. He had 2 listing appointments. He has one today and one tomorrow. And so that's how he's building his business, the way we used to, Real Estate 101. So I know it's hard to get listings these days, but it's not as hard if you're doing the right things to grow your business. So it's really impressive that he's able to do that. So I dare you to be consistent and see what happens. Joe McDonald had a great analogy the other day. We were sitting in my office with one of our agents who works out. You can see, he's very, 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 very fit. And he said to him, if you didn't get there overnight, right? How long have you been living that lifestyle? How long have you been working out? How long have you been eating healthy? And he said, probably, 10, 15 years consistently. And so that's why he looks the way he does, right? So everything we do in life has to be consistent. Joe can't say, I want to look like that this weekend, and then, lift a few weights this morning and eat right for the next few days. And then, all of a sudden he's ready, he's ready to go out in a little bikini or whatever he wants to wear, right? I know that was too much information. That was too much information. Yes, that was very weird. Sorry. That was a tangent I shouldn't have went off on. But what I'm saying is everything we do needs to be consistent in order to be successful, in order to be healthy, whatever it is, whatever it is that's important to you, you need consistency in your business. So pick the thing that you love to do and do it every day for your business. Don't do the things that you don't necessarily love to do every single day. Maybe do them once a week, but just get consistent in your business. So this way, whatever you do today, you will reap the rewards in the fall. So I want to give a big thank you. Anthony hasn't been on for the last 2 weeks because he had some other meetings going on at the same time. So I wanted to thank him. We had a great Cinco de Mayo get together a few weeks ago. Thank you for everybody who attended. Our All Under One Roof partners really did an unbelievable job. And we met our new insurance partner, Naomi. So she sent an email out last week with all her information. If you did not get it or you need it, let me know. A lot of people have been asking me for it, and she's been very responsive and doing a great job. So make sure to support Naomi and all of our All Under One Roof partners. So here's some of our photos from our get together, right? We had sangria, we had Jello shots, we had a great food truck. It was really an unbelievable time. So it was nice to get together again. Almost felt sort of somewhat normal, and enjoyed being with everybody. Can't wait to get back to that more and more. So I know we're scheduling and we're planning another happy hour coming up soon. And I'll give you more details as I get more information on that. So our April company awards. So these are company-wide awards. So Jackie was #1. She was tied with Arlene Ganella in the Short Hills office. If anyone knows Arlene Ganella, Arlene has a true team with 10 to 15 agents underneath her, right? So that's really impressive, as well as Victoria Carter in Short Hills. Both of them have huge teams that everything goes in their name. So Jackie was #1 for listings for the month of April. And then our office, we were #4 in listings. So it's really, really awesome. And remember, again, this is company-wide out of about 140 offices, okay? So I know we feel that the listing inventory isn't there, but our office is doing really well in obtaining listings. We're doing really, really well. So That's all based on your guys' hard work, getting out there and doing the right things. So our Record Pride Award this week, I love this picture. I love this picture. So goes to Catherine. Catherine has exemplified the true spirit of the corporate headquarters team, #1 by supporting Virginia, right? She was there for Virginia. Virginia's trying to unmute herself.
Yeah, I did. I unmuted myself. I can't thank her nor the agents who came and kept me company and brought me wonderful lunches. It was absolutely amazing.
Yes, yes. It was so nice. So I want to thank her. And I'm so glad that Virginia's feeling so much better. I'm sorry to hear about your foot. I hope that gets better soon. Just do what the doctor tells you. Stay off it, keep it elevated. And
he said I could still go on vacation.
And there you go. We all need a long vacation this year for sure. So thank you, Catherine, for taking care of our team and being such an integral part of our team every day. Congratulations to Bob on being #1 in the region for 2020 for the Weichert market share. So Weichert market share is when all of our all under one roof services are being used in a transaction. Okay, he was #1 in the region. So again, thank you for your support, Bob. You know, he's so supportive and he really does a great job controlling his business every single day. So I wanted to thank Bob for being such again, a great part of our team.
Thank you.
So, Anthony, I was putting you on first. So, because we had so many weeks without you, I thought, you know, you can give you time to catch up. Is he here? Oh, yeah. He is here.
I'm just staying here.
Anthony's in true life.
You're fine.
They could see you in the background. Yeah. See, I moved just away.
So just a quick market update. The focus last week was reports on inflation. You hear me talk about this a lot over the last several months. These were hotter than expected, and we're starting to see supply chain shortages in many areas.
Sorry. So make sure we have
the report caused a short spike in rates. Those rates eased back down a bit afterwards. This was a reminder that rates are more likely to rise than fall as the economy improves. We are not expecting major increases, however. Retail sales and industrial production fell short of forecast. However, retail sales were very high the previous months because of the distribution of the stimulus checks, as we all know. This week, we'll see last month's housing starts and existing home sales coming up. So, you know, and this is something we've always talked about, right? Everybody sees all these crazy rates that are listed on all these websites and stuff like that. Or even when Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae offer, you know, the current market interest rate, everybody wants to know why the interest rate's different than that. That's like the start rate as far as where it is. Every transaction at some form, whether it's based on credit scores, you know, how much down you're putting down, your loan size, the type of transaction you have, et cetera, and stuff like that.
All right, someone said they couldn't hear you. I want to make sure. Is that you? No. Guys, can you hear him now? Shake your head yes or no. Yes? Okay, thank you.
Good. Basically, I'm just talking different types of transactions. There's always adjustments to actual start rate. So it makes interest rates typically higher. When it comes to that, you know, obviously getting me in the fold, we've been talking about that a lot. There's a deal I have closing on Friday where, you know, unfortunately, buyer decided to go in a different direction and they were denied by their lender. And I was able to transfer the appraisal, so it didn't cost the buyer additional cost by taking the appraisal that they paid for with the other lender, transfer it to us, and I got the loan approved within like a week, and we're closing within like 2.5 weeks. So, you know, that's a good thing for a great agent here, and I appreciate the opportunity to kind of grab that back and keep the commission in my pocket, which is really cool.
Oh my gosh. It is loud. Okay.
You know, jumbo programs we've always had. We just brought on a new investor for that sort of stuff, just to kind of help us to market as home values are kind of continuing to go up. We've talked about this over the last several years as Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have increased the minimum loan amount actually to get the jumbo loan sizes. We brought a new investor on, which is offering some really, really great rates. You know, only 10% down up to $2 million, which is a good thing. And when you're dealing with jumbo spaces, it's different from conventional loans. There's no mortgage insurance on them. So just because you're putting down 10 or 15%, you're not paying that PMI that you traditionally would have. So that's a great thing. And we're going down to a 660 credit score, which is a great too as well. And up to a 45 debt ratio. Most of the big banks out there, they'll go like a 40 or 43 debt ratio. So again, we're expanding options and things like that. So that's a great thing. Yeah.
So this was a testimonial you received this week, a 5-star. Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was something they share with us from, you know, the VP of Weicker Financial. Anthony probably gets 1 or 2 a week. Great testimonials that are shared with us. So the team was tremendous from start to finish and made the purchase as smooth as possible. Overall experience, great. So again, the team, that's why I put it in red. The team, it's about having a team in place. It's so important these days. People want that experience. They want you to take control. They don't want to have to take time during the day to go out and try to find different pieces that they need. They don't know what to do. So they count on you to guide them and to control everything. So
I read the same thing, and I thought the same thing too as well. This was a Cheryl referral. Thank you, Cheryl, if you're on. Working with supportive attorney, working with Weicker Title, working on our insurance division. The customer was completely blown away when I did my closing call with them. He just was so happy on how the overall, again, experience was. So, which is really cute.
Yep.
According to our audience now, we have a survey. Dennis, you ready? According to the audience.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Approximately how many Americans are likely to move in the second quarter of this year? 5 million. A, 2 million, B, 25 million, C, 5 million, or D, 12 million?
B, 25 million, finally.
C.
B.
What else did we hear there?
Who said C?
I think
Me.
it's D.
I said C.
D.
I think we always got to bet on Andy with D, 12
What did
million.
Lanny say? 12 million?
Lanny said D, 12 million.
She did. Yes, she did.
Annie, you're back. Your winning streak is back.
Larry Dennis.
Annie didn't get it right last week. She broke her winning streak last week. You missed it.
I'm pulling for you.
You missed it. Yes. Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, maybe if you offered her a nice prize, she'd do better.
She can't do any better.
Her prize is we get to talk about great restaurants and food on a daily basis.
So, and I have a question for you. So in Mastermind yesterday, we were talking about a few agents had sellers who have an underground oil tank, whether it's an active one or it's a decommissioned one, where they're saying we're not doing anything. You know, the buyer has to take it as is. You know, the oil tank is working fine. And in one case, the oil tank that was decommissioned, the problem is that it's underneath the front stairs. So it's not even like you could just dig it up and take it out. It's if you have to take stairs down. So the question we're wondering is, how does that affect you in the mortgage if you're getting a mortgage?
You know, it falls into that same thing we've always talked about with septics and stuff like that as far as failures. I mean, if you have a functioning oil tank, that's a heating source. I mean, as a lender, we don't have a discriminatory thing when it comes to that, whether you're using propane or oil or natural or whatever the deal is. So having that as a source, if it's operable, there's no issues. If it's decommissioned, I can only speak on behalf of like 99% of the attorneys we probably do business with. They will request it as a removal regardless. So 20 years ago, the standard was what? Cutting it open, draining it, filling it, and that was okay. Permits open, closed, and that's what's probably on an Oprah if you pull it, right? However, though, with that being said, now here we are, fast forward, the attorneys are like, we don't want that left in the ground. We want it pulled. So some attorneys are really adamant about, no, we want this pulled, we want it out. Now, whether the buyer says, listen, we've missed 37 houses so far, we'll take it and want to run with it, that's up to them. Well, yeah, but that, all that stuff is, on the top of it, but I mean, the buyer can do whatever they want. When it comes to that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I don't want to say there could be whatever back there or buried there, but yeah, we've had challenges where it's under driveways. I want to take a driveway right now, and you're ripping up pavers or asphalt, and then the buyer's like, well, who's going to pay for that? And then sometimes they work out the details like, I want it out, I'll pay for it to get removed, but can you replace the driveway or put the pavers back and stuff? So again, from our end, remember, the inspections, we the lender don't see. The only other inspection reports we're seeing is if property has a well, we need the well test for potable water and stuff like that. Other than that, if something happens to the property, it's between you and the sellers to work that stuff out. Unless it kind of trickles into our world, i.e. the appraisal, right? So unless it comes up on the appraisal, and I used this example yesterday actually on the phone where I did a loan once and also the appraisal came back and it says, subject to new septic. I was like, what the heck's going on? I called the agent, he's like, oh, they're replacing the septic. And I flipped through the report and there's a huge hole in the ground, caution tape around it. I had no idea, but the neck of the lid rusted out and fell into the ground. So the seller was on notice and they knew they had to replace it. But if something like that was not identified visually and something was non-functioning, baffles are broken, they're working out the details. It doesn't really come up on the lending side at all, you know, unless it opens up a can of worms, comes up on the appraisal report. Everybody's making a lot of noise going, hey, we want to try to get a credit for $30,000. Keep that in mind. The word credit is like a frowned upon word in lending. It's got to be terminology like seller's concession, which again is maxed up to your loan program on how much you could actually use for a concession. So if we're using like an oil tank of like, let's say 10,000, and they already have a seller concession that was built in already for other repairs and negotiated up front, you got to reduce the price of the house to make that person hold that. Sometimes, guess what? The reduction of the price of the house is not where the money's going, and that's going to have a $45 difference a month payment for a customer. They need the $10,000 or $30,000 to actually do that repair. So that's where the whole challenge kind of comes into on where do we get that money as a buyer. And I recommend it because an agent has a listing with a known failed septic, so it's marketed. So I said, listen, you're going to have a challenge where any lender going in, if they pull a listing, they're going to see that in broad daylight. They're going to default to a condition saying operable septic, open closing limits, and all that stuff. So what I had said was, well, it's either a cash buyer, a renovation type transaction, you know, or, you know, at the end of the day, if Mrs. Seller or Mr. Seller doesn't have the money, we all know a lot of septic companies out there will allow them to pay that at closing and come out of the proceeds. Typically, the one I have probably a mortgage commitment or loan approval that the buyer is ironclad, God forbid, doing all the work and stuff. So that's always option two as well. And then taking it off the top, you always want to do your due diligence to make sure there's no equity in the property to do any of these repairs for that matter.
So that's fine with your thing. What about the cesspools? Cesspools have to be done. Don't they have to be taken out?
Well, again, if a property's marketed with like a cesspool and stuff like that, you're going to need a functioning waste system.
Well, that's a New Jersey state law.
Yeah,
That's a New Jersey state law. Yes.
Right.
You know, some of these homes out west and stuff that just never have septics put in. So those type of deals, again, pose a challenge as far as getting.
And see, most people, I think most agents thought that the
okay.
oil tanks being taken out was a rule too, that they had to be taken out.
It's just over
So that was good. You said that you don't have to take the oil tanks out.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like a known issue or an EPA problem or it's been leaking and it's on the town record that way, that's where that stuff may come up to, you know, a challenge. A lot of that stuff comes up more in your reports, over attorney digging.
I want to say it's an attorney thing. The attorney does not want their client to have to bear that expense, and you know, when they go to sell the house. So that's why it
They
becomes
don't
an
want to
issue.
get that phone call going, you never told us to do this. It's the same thing with surveys. Everybody's buying houses, $300, $400, $500 million houses, and no one wants to pay for the $600 or $800 survey. There are some attorneys we do business with, it's mandatory. It's required. They're not letting the buyer close without it because, again, they don't want that phone call 6 months down the road going, what the heck? I just had it happen recently where, listen, some houses in some of these developments, it's as cookie cutter, as square as it gets, it's fenced in, there's no trees, there's no easements, there's no rivers. It kind of looks fun. But you just never know what's going on. I always use this analogy. I say to customers, I heard this once many years ago where a guy closed my house, they brought over a tray of cookies from the neighborhood. By the way, see that fence? 6 inches over on the wrong side, I want to remove it. You got nothing to go off of to say, party's over, you got the keys. You know, so I always tell people, like, this, it's worth it, guys. You're spending all this money. You know, maybe the seller has a copy. If they do, and the house is like pretty straightforward, maybe you're okay to use with that. Again, us as a lender, we don't require it. So a lot of times the attorneys default to us to confirm that, but we kick it back to the attorneys and say we don't require it. So it's more about the attorney.
Keep in mind, for commercial, that oil tanks are a huge issue with the ICRA laws and the ISRA laws. That is different animals. It's just the residential.
Yeah, everything I'm always talking about for you guys is residential.
Wait a second, we can't hear what that with the last one.
He was
Whoever
saying,
talking.
Eric was saying that in commercial, you have to comply with different laws, so you have to have a survey done when you're dealing with commercial.
And oil tanks throw you into industrial.
And oil tanks and all those things in the commercial side are, you know, it becomes a much bigger issue than it does in residential. But I have a story just, you know, for you to share with your clients, because they know what happens is your clients are buying a hot house and now they're paying for inspections. They're paying for tank sweeps. They're paying for septic inspections if applicable. Now some are doing source scopes, right? So it's becoming very expensive pre-buying a house, right? Before you even know if, you know, where you still have an opportunity if things don't go right to back out, and all this money has to be outlaid. Survey, right? So a survey, for instance, a lot of people don't want to do, or they don't feel they need to. Maybe there's a fence around the property and they just assume, okay, that's fine. But I always used to tell clients that they're making a huge investment, and this small investment that they're making, even though it seems a lot at the time, is really going to save them a lot in the future, right? Because if their buyer decides to do it one day when they sell and there's a problem, they're the ones who are going to get stuck with it. Right now, they can push it on the seller, but once they buy it, they can't. So I had sold a house in Long Valley, and it was a 7.5 acre flag lot. And the buyers did not want to get a survey. So at closing, their attorney said, no, you really need to get a survey. So the survey came probably a few weeks, a month after. Now, if you just picture a 7.5 acre flag lot property, you have so much property that's cleared out, and then you see all the woods around. You don't see any other houses around. You see nothing, right? So visually, it looks like your land is very expansive, which it is. But so what happened was there was a little fire pit right on the side of the house that they loved to enjoy, and they wanted that in the description, and a pool and this and that and all this other stuff. Well, the survey comes in, and guess what? That beautiful fire pit that they loved was not on the property. There was a whole section that was not on the property. So what did those buyers do? They sued. They sued for $60,000. They sued the sellers. They sued the brokerage, their buyer's agent, us. They sued everybody, because that's what happens. Everybody gets brought in. And I think they ended up settling on $30,000. Okay. So, and I think 15,000 came from the seller, 10,000 came from our brokerage, and 5,000 came from the buyer's brokerage. But again, you know, things aren't always what they seem. We've learned that in life, right? Things aren't always what they seem. So you really need to do your due diligence when you're purchasing a home. That huge investment can cost you a lot of money in the end. So that could have came up 10 years from now, 15 years from now, when this couple sold, and then they could have been paying $60,000 out of their pocket, right? That person would have done it prior to closing. So anyway, just a food for thought, and thought it was a great time to bring that up, since we were talking about it. So just always obviously recommend they do their due diligence, and we understand that's a lot of money coming out of their pocket, but it's compared to what they would have to pay out if there's a problem, it's very minimal. So yeah. So thank you, Nancy, Virginia, Leo, for passing on opportunities to Anthony in the last few weeks. Thank you guys so much. Our goal in our office is 30% market share. So, anyone who works with Anthony, anybody you talk to on a daily basis, everybody in the office, we know we love Anthony, right? That's consistent throughout our office. So let's make sure that we're supporting him and we're taking control of our business. So our birthdays this week are Jill Sala, and anniversaries, Suna and Carlos have both been here 2 years. You think everything was like last year, because we lost last year, right? Everything was, that whole year is gone. You can't say last year we were doing this, because last year we were doing nothing. You always have to remind yourself, which is crazy. But anyway, I wanted to, I know I've introduced Vikram before. Everybody's seen him in the office. This is what he looks like without his mask on, because we can't recognize people anymore. I sat across at the doctor's office last week. I sat across from a lifelong friend. Our kids grew up together since they were babies. And it took until she heard me answer my phone. She's like, I think that's her. And I'm like, I think that's her, but we didn't want to say anything because of our masks on. Isn't that crazy? And then again, Mary Frances. So when you see her in the office, she'll look a little different. We all look a little different with our masks on, but I want to welcome Mary Frances again as well. So office news. So I just want to reiterate something, because, I'm having this conversation more often than I should. So we are not a discount brokerage. You do not align yourself with us because we're a discount brokerage. We are not a place where you come, hang your license, and then don't do anything for years and years, right? We're a very supportive office, and we are worth every bit of money. Every single one of you are worth every bit of money. So we have a policy that we must give out 2.5% in our area. So I know recently, more recently, we're seeing more 2% in our area. I know in other parts of the state, it's more prevalent. But in our area, we are 2.5%. And I'm not going to give up on that. And I'm going to fight till the end, because what happens when we give into 2? Next year, you're going to be at 1.5. The year after, you're going to be at 1. What's going to happen? So we have to stick to our guns, because it's not going to be worth it for you to work anymore as hard as you do. It's not going to be worth it in the future. So if you decide, and I always have this conversation with me first, to go under 5%, we will have a conversation. And it's a one-time thing or a one offer because of a special situation, then you are taking the reduction on your side. Okay, that's how it's going to be. We have to be, we have to stand strong with our commission. I have agents in here constantly getting 6%, constantly getting 6%. And I can't imagine their clients are any different than your clients. I can't. It's just the way we present things, and it's the way that we show our value. So I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that, because like I have this conversation every day now. Every single day I get a call from an agent. I also want to remind you the 3 S's: system, support, and strategy. So again, a reason why you have chose to be with us here at Weicker in our corporate headquarters office is because of everything that we have to provide to you. So support, obviously, I'm going to say is unrivaled here, right? We're here, Silvana, Stephanie and I, Anthony, Megan and Ashley, now Naomi, we're all here for you whenever you need it, right? During the week, we will drop everything for you if you need something. So that's, you know, that's unrivaled. Systems, you know, we have this great My Weicker system, and it's so underutilized in our office. I'm not sure why. We're not taking advantage of Stephanie's support. We're not taking advantage of one-on-ones. Stephanie has been covering for the Mendham office. I mentioned for you last week. She's constantly on with those agents. They're coming into the office, they're meeting with her, and we don't have that same support here. So you guys have an opportunity. And, you know, I wish if Eric was closer to me, he can tell you that he says that, you know, My Weicker is a game changer. All the listings that you see Eric getting are all from doing the right thing with My Weicker. He's utilizing it the way it's supposed to be, and he's getting leads from it that he's not paying any referral fees from. So make sure that you are utilizing what we have here. I want to tell you, how much do you think that My Weicker system costs? How much do you think per person? If you were to buy you're not allowed to speak, and you're not allowed to speak.
$800 a month.
Anybody else? How much? Because I want to give you a comparison. Anybody here ever join a $10 a month gym in their life? Did you go? Did you care if you went? You could care less, right? If you didn't go, it was like, no big deal, it's $10. Did anybody ever join the YMCA for your family and pay $150 to $200? Did your buck go, and did you drag your kids there? Absolutely, right? Because that was a lot of money to put out of your pocket each month. And either we're going or we're going to cancel. That's what you would say, right? So because you get something for free, should not diminish the value of it, right? It should not diminish the value at all. So how much, and now I don't want you to compare the KV Core system that EXP has, and I want you to compare the KV Core that you can buy on your own. This is a partnership with Weicker, so we have additional features and additional things for you guys. So how much do you think it costs a month for individual person that Jim's paying out of his pocket every month, so that everybody in the office, whether you use it or not, has the system available to them? $809 a month per person. $809 a month per person, because you guys asked for it. You wanted technology, you wanted the top technology, you wanted a CRM, you wanted a website, all of these things you wanted it integrated, you know, and so that's what you have. So I really, 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 really want you to think about that, right? and what you have available to you and what you're not utilizing. Yet someone will call you on the phone and say, hey, I got the greatest and latest new thing for $250 a month. You're like, I want it. I want it. I don't know what it does. I don't care. Right? For salespeople, you get sold every single day. I hear people talking about all this money they put out on all these different things, and you have it here at no expense to you. So really, really, really make sure that you are taking advantage of it. And then strategy is huge, right? Strategizing so that you can get make the most of your business each year. So something that I want to share with you, I want to put together something, or I have, called Let's Make a Deal, meaning every agent does one deal a year, right? So every agent does one deal a year. We're not even talking about one deal a month. We're talking about one deal a year. Now, most of you do that. Most of the people on here are very successful. But we put together I put together an accountability sessions of all different levels about 2 months ago, just to try it out, small group sessions, just to try it out. And it worked out really well at first. And then people stopped coming, stopped attending until now I have one session with 2 people in it. Out of 20, 25 people, I have one session with 2 people in it that come consistently. So I want to offer it to everybody, but it's Tuesday mornings at 9:30 and it's a Zoom call. And it's accountability. So we give you a task to do each week, and then you're held accountable that week, and you have to come back with your numbers the following week and share them with everybody and share your challenges or your successes with it. So if you're willing to do that, you have to commit, meaning you can't say, I'm going to be here one day. Oh, I can't make it that day. Oh, I overslept that day. That's not how it works. You have to commit and be accountable. So I will share that link with my Sunday sessions, and hopefully we'll get a lot of people attending and, being held accountable to move forward. And then lastly, the CE credits must be complete by May 31st, or there's a $200 fine. So follow directions in Weichert One to renew. When you're logging into Weichert One, it actually takes you through each step with each link to go in and make sure everything is satisfied. So make sure you're doing that. Okay, I don't want anyone to have to pay $200 late fee to the state because they did not complete it. And again, just a reminder, this is for everybody, whether you're a new agent, whether you're a seasoned agent, it doesn't matter. This is for the upcoming 2 years, 2021 to 2023. So regardless of when you started, you still have to renew and pay the licensing fee. So here's our office training schedule. Calls with Kevin on Mondays at 12. Really, really awesome. He makes calls in front of you. He helps you, assists you with calls. It's a great, great session. Let's Make a Deal accountability calls, Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Masterminds are still going on Tuesdays at 11. Success with Stephanie. She's doing my Weichert class each week. It's via Zoom on Wednesday nights at 7 or in person on Thursdays at 10 a.m. So it's either or, okay? And then our company-wide call sessions are still going strong. They're Tuesdays from 4 to 5:30 and Thursdays from 10:30 to 12. So Stephanie, are you sharing? Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe you should come over here just so they can hear you. I'll move over out of the heat spot for a minute.
Good morning, everybody. So does anybody have any questions? I just want to start my session now with any questions that might have come up in the past couple of days, week, that you might want to share. So a couple of things I just wanted to go over. I think this email went out, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. The Weichert Marketing Department has put together this great campaign with door hangers and postcards and social media posts. So in Weichert Design Center, it's actually right on the main screen. They really are promoting it. It's a combination of different postcards that you guys can utilize that speak to all of the things that we've been talking about for months and months. It's a seller's market, the interest rates are low, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's the pricing for those cards. You can send them out to a smaller farm, as little as 10 people or as many as thousands, depending on what you want to do and what your budget is. And they actually make use of the QR codes, which I know is something that is a hot thing right now with everybody using them. So it's really a plug and play. You don't even have to create the QR code. It's all done for you. Everything is just, you just have to hand over the money. So it's pretty good. Along with that, there's some social media posts that are actually free that you can download from the Weichert Design Center, or I can send them to you. I also have them, and they kind of are just matching those postcards, kind of a campaign, a branding type of thing. So those are really nice looking also. And I know people already here are using them. I've seen them quite a bit over Instagram and Facebook, which is really great that you guys are doing that. So any questions on that? They're pretty self-explanatory to do that, but I can absolutely help you if you need to. And then last thing, Missy just mentioned it, I'm doing my weekly trainings. I'll be working tonight at 7 o'clock creating a search alert and a market report in my Weichert, and then I'll repeat it in person tomorrow. My 10 o'clock sessions are not on Zoom, trying to get away from that a little bit. So kind of have more of a one-on-one, FaceTime with people. They'll be in the main conference room unless we need to move into the larger conference room where we are. For now, we're just sticking to the smaller conference room in the front. So let me know if you're coming. Just give me a quick text or email. Just let me know so I can figure out where we're going to be. I think that's all I had. Yep, that's all I had. Anybody have any questions about anything? Cool, thank you.
I think next week I'm going to stand up and do it. I think it's better than staring at a screen. But anyway, local market absorption rate for this week, again, same thing, very, very low, under 2 months absorption in every market, some under a month. Average sold, list price to sold price differs the percentage depending on the town. And I really feel like the days on the market are really high, but remember, they count the days that you're in attorney review until you go under contract. So that's why you're seeing higher numbers, but still historically low. And just unbelievable, right? When you look at how many homes are available in a town and then how many went under contract in the past 30 days. Denville has 26 active and 34 that went under contract in the past 30 days. I mean, really unbelievable. So share these with your clients so they understand where the market is. If they're just getting into the market. And then new listings. Vin, do you want to announce 15 Timber?
Yeah. I have 15 Timber. It's a 4 to 5 bedroom, 3.5 bath, contemporary colonial, very updated. It's on the MLS. It's contingent upon the seller finding a home. Got a lot of traffic over the weekend at the open house at 13 groups. Very well taken care of property. Check it out. It's on the MLS. And it also has public utilities, so it's a major plus for Randolph.
Great. Thank you, Vin. Eric?
Kelly.
What? Kelly?
Fred.
So
it's
Kelly's first listing.
Oh boy.
Kelly's first listing. Woohoo! See, let's make a deal.
It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's 2.5. Sorry, 2.5 bathroom. It's right across the street from Lake Island. I never know how to say that lake. And it's got a cute little Irish bar / restaurant across the street. So it's in a really nice area. Open house this Saturday between 12 and 4.
I'm going for the Irish bar. I don't know about you guys. That's where I'm going for. Got sold. Thank you, Kelly. Congratulations. Cheryl has 41 Green Huron Drive, which is already gone. Multiple offers this weekend. Jackie has 1301 Appleton Way in Hanover for $379,900. Mara has, I'm not sure if she's on, 5 Lookout Road in Randolph for $650,000. Jackie also has 175 Western Avenue in Morris Township for $669,900. That house looks beautiful, doesn't it? Just about the windows, it's just so charming. And then Diane Ladrago has 36 Hobart Place in Totowa Borough for $499,999. That's a multifamily? Oh, that's a multifamily, Diane's. So anyone else have anything coming soon or on the horizon in search of any price reductions, any rental listings they want to announce?
I have an attorney that I work with who called called me the other day and wants to sell.
Missy.
Yes.
2 Knoll Drive is, I know it says Andover. Is that considered Belvedere?
It's
No, it's not Belvedere.
no, it's Andover Township. It's Newton. Yeah, like it's I think a Newton. If you put in Google Maps, it comes up as Newton.
It's near
Okay,
Sherman's
Newton.
Pub.
Okay.
Near Sherman's Pub. That's all you need to know, Lori. Google Sherman's Pub and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, Carol's announcing something right now. If you don't hear her, let me know.
So I got a call from an attorney that I deal with. He is selling his investment property. He would love to give me the list.
Don't really hear her too well.
Okay, I'll repeat.
He would love to give me the listing, but one of his clients gave him $100,000 worth of commissions, I guess, last year. So he can't. So I can give you all the address. If anybody wants to look at the house, he'll pay 2% commission. I mean, it's in Whippany, and it's $600,000 and 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths. And before he lists it, he wants to do that.
Okay, so Carol knows an attorney who is selling their house in Whippany. They are going to list it with another agent because that agent supported them heavily last year. But in the meantime, if you have a client looking in Whippany for $600,000, he'll pay 2% out to the buyer's agent as a FSBO, sort of. It's a 4 bedroom, 3 full baths, 2-car garage. So reach out to Carol on a cul-de-sac if you have someone looking in Whippany and the $600,000 price point.
What section of Whippany, Carol?
Off of Ridgedale Avenue and Cedar Knolls.
Off of Ridgedale Avenue and Cedar Knolls.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
He sent me a link. I can send you the link.
She'll send you the link too if you need it. This way you can look at it.
What style house is it? A split ranch colonial? What style?
It's a cape. Yeah, it's a cape. Anyone else have anything new coming on? I know of a house in Randolph coming on this weekend, 2 bedroom, 1 bath for $300,000. So anyone have something in that? Anyone have someone who wants to get into Randolph in a 2 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 1 bath? It's a ranch, obviously, a nice backyard. Let me know. I can set you up. Anybody else? That's it. Nobody has anything coming on? Okay, guys, no more sun for you. You have to go out and get business today. You cannot enjoy this day. Everybody needs to go out and get one piece of business.
Is that one in Randolph?
Missy.
No. No, it's just the pictures aren't until the end of the week.
Hi, Missy.
Hi.
What is the address of that property in Randolph, the ranch?
I have to look it up for you.
Okay, great.
I'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else?
Missy, does it have a finished? Does it have a basement?
It doesn't. I don't believe it does. I don't believe it does. I believe it has like a crawl space area, but I don't believe it has a basement.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, if that's it, we finished early today. So I give you the gift of time. So you have time to get some things done for your business, and then you can go out this afternoon and enjoy some of the sunshine. Hopefully it stays and lasts for a long time. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you later.